with CM Punk accused and more. This is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report for September 19th. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Speaking on After the Bell, Braun Strowman revealed that he would like to revisit his 2017 feud with Roman Reigns. As you know, Roman Reigns and I are going to butt heads one of these days. There's never been a better dancing partner for me. There's never been a better dancing partner for him. What we do is magic, and that's go out there and beat the hell out of each other. When taking questions from the press this past Saturday, Triple H was asked what he thought of today's boxing and MMA products and what could be done to better both of them. That's not up to me to decide, but if I was to do it, put more show into it. There's times when I go, I'm a big fan of boxing and MMA. There's times when I go to events and it's amazing to watch on television, but when you sit in the arena, then it's maybe not the event that you wish it to be from start to finish, right? Those are the things that I would do differently, but that doesn't mean I'm right. That's how I would choose our product and how they choose their product. You know, a decision for them. But for me, making it a bit more of a spectacle, making it a bit more of an event that entertains you from start to finish. Because I'll tell you right now, everything is entertainment no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's the news, doesn't matter if it's movies, television, doesn't matter what sport. It's all entertainment. While The Sun reported that WWE is talking about plans of a Hall of Fame induction for Vince McMahon, Ringside News has reported that there is a lot of talk going around about Vince McMahon's WWE Hall of Fame induction. We've asked about this and nobody we've spoken to has heard anything about it. Those choices aren't typically made until November. With the new management in WWE, some fans have wondered if Matt Cardona would return to the company, as he teased fans taking to Twitter to write, "Breaking, I'm returning to WWE Network. Tonight, I made my Progress debut and I beat Gene Money and retained the Internet Championship." On his Keeping It 100 podcast, Conan revealed that Kenny Omega was going to wrestle for AAA, but due to his suspension, he can't make it. Omega was going to headline TripleMania, and AEW won't let him go. While Meltzer claims Omega was never booked for the show, the AEW suspension would prevent him from picking up dates. With Triple H putting to use many WCW trademarks for names and matches in NXT, it seems one could be brought to Raw and SmackDown, as Brad Shepard reported that a source in WWE told me Chief Content Officer Paul Levesque wants to bring WarGames to the main roster for a show. One possibly discussed was Survivor Series. With Jefferson Airplane's White Rabbit playing during a commercial break on SmackDown, many believe this could have to do with Karrion Kross, who wrestled as the White Rabbit in Lucha Underground. When asked about this, Kross replied to a fan on Twitter, "Flattered to be remembered for that. Keep watching, assume nothing." On his podcast, Jim Cornette talked about Roman Reigns defending his title against Logan Paul at Crown Jewel, as he's worried a riot might break out if Paul wins. Now I got a problem. I mean, it would kill his career too, because then all the really dedicated fans would hate him for the rest of his life, because even though he's an athlete and he did well, he's had what? 2 matches? That would be insane, and the fans would riot. But they wouldn't be able to blame Stain like they did for the David Arquette thing, but it would be the same kind of reaction. It's just BS, so no. Talking about the reason why Logan Paul is facing Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia, Dave Meltzer noted on Sunday night's main event that Logan Paul is a big deal in Saudi. He's a big deal to the Saudi Arabian prince, and that's the whole thing of these shows. Nothing to do with selling tickets. Tickets in Saudi mean nothing. It's not even part of the game. Of course, TV numbers, whatever. If he draws younger viewers, that's good, but it's not a play for TV ratings. It is a play because the prince wants celebrity fights in Saudi Arabia to build the name in the media of Saudi Arabia, and Logan Paul will get more of the type of press that Saudi Arabia is looking for than Kevin Owens or Seth Rollins. That's what Saudi Arabia is there for. Saudi Arabia is for matches that the prince wants that will get press attention around the world for Saudi Arabia, so this is a great match for that. WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus recently took to Instagram to reveal that she needed emergency surgery. Here's the clip.
Turns out that my appendix is about to burst. I was literally traveling yesterday. I moved to Kentucky the day before. Yeah, I'm about to have surgery. I thought I was going home tonight, actually. I thought they were going to give me antibiotics and send me on my way. But, nope. This is happening literally right now. Alright, let's go. I went into surgery about an hour ago, and I'm done. My appendix is out.
With AEW star Malakai Black being granted a conditional release from AEW, Dave Meltzer gave details regarding his deal on Wrestling Observer Radio. He wanted out from AEW, and I guess we'll see what happens. Obviously, he wanted to go back to WWE, and he had a lot of time left on his deal. I think 4.5 years are left on his deal. It's really difficult to keep someone who's unhappy under contract for that length of time. When asked about the possibility of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega sending feelers to WWE and potentially tampering with their contracts, Dutch Mantel said on his YouTube channel, well, I think this gives Omega and the Bucks. Omega was hurt, so if he sent out feelers, which brings up the question, is he tampering with his own contract? But the feelers he sent out weren't through official channels. I'll guarantee you that. It was with friends or people he knew, and Triple H would probably shy away from even giving him a hint of an answer because it could be considered tampering. The Bucks, since they got in this trouble, may have done the same thing, but I think there's something going on in AEW that we just are not aware of. I think things have been going downhill for a while, and with the news 6 weeks ago, there's a lot of discontent backstage in AEW. I think that's where it was coming from, but I did read this. There are some lawsuits coming because of the assault backstage, but I do think that Punk at this point, he wants to be fired. I don't think his heart is in wrestling anymore, like he says it is. Oh, it's great for the fans to hear that, oh, I love wrestling, I love your support, which he probably does. I'm not saying he's lying, but I don't think that if he sees a billionaire sitting in front of him and he got assaulted, a big star like he is, he got assaulted in his dressing room by officials of the same company. That's not a good lawsuit to have. So if he can pick up $2, $3, $4 million, he will go forward. He's litigious because he sued Colt Cabana, so he's well aware of what's involved in suing somebody. If he sees Tony Khan sitting there, of course he got more money than I guess Vince does, Khan's daddy does, I don't think he would hesitate to sue. He's kind of mad at them now because they didn't take his side, and he may sue them anyway even if they did take his side. But I predicted several times that I don't think a lawsuit is out of the question, and I think it's coming from somebody anyway. I wish Tony Khan would sue them and see what they would do. When asked if CM Punk only loves wrestling on his terms, Dutch said, well, possibly. I've known a lot of wrestlers like that, because when they reach a certain level of being over, Hulk Hogan was the world's worst, because he thought wrestling could not survive without him, till Vince found out, they could survive without him. So they just developed some more stars. And then when Stone Cold got over, and then The Rock got over, and then the Click got over, and then he found out you just keep experimenting with different talent and different groups, and some of them will catch on. But yeah, I think CM Punk's overly dependent on his mind that he's over more than he really is. Sticking with CM Punk, he was called out by pro wrestling star The Tamilian, who had said that AEW was a horrible place to work, and then went on to accuse Punk. Here's the video.
Have you had any bad? Yeah, I do. I had CM Punk is one of the biggest fucking racist piece of shit I ever met in my life, and I've shared this story on my podcast. If you go to Shoot and Stiff Wrestling Podcasts on YouTube, you can definitely listen to that. Let me type it right here. I have experienced discrimination, of course, and I don't really want to name the people, but of course, CM Punk's name is there. I don't really care about the dude. He's small, he's skinny, and like I said, he's one of the worst guys I ever met from AEW. I mean, yeah, there is some worse people out there. Max Caster. He's just another person again that I don't really like, and Billy Gunn's sons. Again, those guys were like, again, I don't know, entitled ones, I can say. There are some people that I actually encounter some discriminations and shit. But in WWE, never. You will never ever experience any discrimination in WWE.
And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.